Are we live? Fuck, I think we might be here. You feel the energy. Feel the energy. Feel the energy. Do you feel the energy? What the fuck? Damn. Can you all feel the energy? USA. They're into it. They're into it. Upside down America. Can you feel it? Feel the energy in the room. Get those flags up. We got some shit to talk about, y'all.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal.
What's up? What is up? So, that introduction that you saw, that's the Democratic National Convention there, by the way. Interesting stuff. Let's just put it that way. Quite interesting. I would say it's interesting. They're really trying to show people that there's a big energy behind this thing. There's a big energy behind this movement. You know, people are so excited about it. And it reminds me a lot about of 2020, which is the first time I realized that there's this fake excitement going on. I think to me that's the big overarching thing here. And how do we, like, what is it about that? I don't know. I've had a few drinks. I think we have 0 listeners at this point still, 0 subscribers, so that's okay. It's probably not going to matter one way or the other. But let's get into some stuff, people. If I can get this working. Oh, shit. I'm a NOVID and don't want to catch COVID. Can you guide me? My good God. Okay, let's go into a story on NPR here real quick. First story, top story on their thing. Let me see if I can get a window capture up here. Right, quickly. Guess I can't. That's all right. We'll kill that. Let's add another one. Bear with me, y'all. I am the producer. I am the person and whatnots. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is ooh, that's kind of nice. Let's do it like that. Let's make it bigger for everybody. Coronavirus FAQ. I'm a NOVID and don't want to catch COVID. Can you guide me? Oh, I'll bet we can. Probably gonna need some masks. Gonna need some. Oh, nope. Okay, seems like everybody is down with COVID this summer, even people known as NOVIDs. Never had COVID before. I've been lucky so far. What do I need to know? Okay, so if you're a NOVID, you're someone who's never had COVID before. Vaccines. Yes, an updated vaccine. That will help for sure. Mask, a well-made mask. You're going to need a well-made one, by the way. Make sure it is well-made. Dr. Schaffner says he currently puts on a mask whenever he's around other people because he has a vulnerable family member and wants to reduce the risk of bringing COVID home. Now, let's ask Dr. Schaffner, what is that risk that you're reducing, and how do you know that? You know, hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen, we have a guest, our first guest here on the show. You want to come in? Come on in.
Be careful.
Come on, we're live. Come here, girl. We're going to introduce our first guest here, Joanne. Come on. Joanne has come to the program. Say hi to the people there, Joanne. You want to say hi? You didn't think it was going to get this weird, did you? She's not feeling good, by the way. She's a little under the weather right now. This is goes to what we're talking about right here. This stuff is serious, folks. I got a feeling something's coming. Something's cooking. Couple things. Sorry, baby girl. We're going to take a break. And then get down to the jam. Stand by, mamas. Stand by, everybody. It's going to be dada. It's going to be all right. Stand by. So that reminds me that there is something going on. So the COVID that we had before, and then some other things that are going around right now, got me thinking right away, something is not right. Something feels off. It's a little more man-made than it was before. It's a little different than it was before. I don't know how to describe it, but something ain't right. Definitely a long COVID. You want to call yourself a NOVID or whatever? What the hell is that? Why the fuck do we even need a description for that? You've never had COVID, bitch? Like, don't get cute about it. It's out there, dude. It's real. Let me tell you that. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna speak on it. Go ask your drug dealing doctor about it. Sorry guys if the intro plays here. I gotta switch back to the camera here. I think it's gonna fuck us up. But sorry, you're gonna hear the intro again. Who gives a fuck?
I believe that this nation should commit itself
Can you feel it? And we're back. Okay, so anyway, we're reading this story here about COVID. If you're out of mask practice, Schaffner gives a gentle but firm reminder that your mask has to fit over your nose. Like, as always, focused on the completely wrong thing, the totally wrong thing. Who gives a shit? Even if everybody wears a mask, if we don't have 100% compliance 100% of the time, it's kind of null and void, right? When we're talking about something like that. That's always been my problem with it, is it just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, okay, my housemate. All right, so enough of that. Point is that there is something going around, folks. Keep you and yours safe. It is not good. It is not good stuff. My family and I had something a little while back. The girls got it. Now they got something else in the daycare. That's another thing we should talk about, daycares. Do you have kids? Have you sent them to daycare? Something ain't right about it. Something that doesn't feel right about it. I don't know if you're catching what I'm dropping down, you're drinking what I'm dripping here, but there's something ain't right about daycare. Doesn't feel right. It's way too expensive for what it is, and everyone, myself included, has stories of when they were a child, how they were raised by some woman in the neighborhood. There was some people around that kind of helped and pitched in to get the baby up. And now we just hand them over to these like weird businesses that I wouldn't even say it's anything corporate or anything, because it's not. They're fucked up, weird businesses. I guess that's not the button to keep the audio from going. All right, good to know. Good to know moving forward. Okay, look. Honestly, I came on here tonight. Don't have a whole hell of a lot of a plan, but a lot of a hell of a thoughts. And the beginning, what were we talking about? Kamala, okay, fine and dandy. I think everything's probably been said about her that's going to be said, and there's probably not a whole lot that I can say that's going to change anything along those lines. I don't know. I don't know where we're going with that. It's hilarious to me that people are scrambling to try to feign excitement for her. Just like they did it with Joe Biden, but it kind of made some sense. You know, he was the vice president previously, and there wasn't a lot of exciting people on the ticket, and for some reason people just felt like the name and the recognition and the association with Obama and everything meant that he was like some great leader or great orator or whatever. Obviously that was insane to think, but I think now what we're seeing, it's like another deeper level down the rabbit hole from that, which is that there's not even that excitement that you can feign that she was the vice president under Obama. It's like it's this strange situation where it's like she was the vice president to someone who you already had to kind of like force yourself into because you didn't like Trump. And now you're sort of two levels deep into the inception dream of, you know, why you need to vote for her. Like we're two levels deep into I'm voting for not the other guy. And we all we all cautioned against that when it happened. We all cautioned against voting for this person because I don't like that person, but nobody really truly knew what that meant, why that was a bad thing. But now we know. Now we know for sure, and you're still voting for that guy, or you're still voting for somebody based on I don't want that other guy. Hope everybody's all right out there. Lighting sucks here tonight. Let's get into something here. I was talking about air flight last week. Are you guys into DB Cooper? Let me bring this dude up here real quick. DB Cooper. So DB Cooper was a famous hijacking of an airline back in 1971. It's actually still not technically solved. It's actually, I believe, the only airline hijacking that remains unsolved, which is pretty remarkable when you think of it, but also means that DB Cooper was a straight on badass, and he's probably dead. But so in a nutshell, what had happened was DB Cooper, who looks like this dude right here, back in the 1970s, hijacked a plane coming out of Seattle, had it land based on the premise that he had a bomb on him, had it land to pick up money, a bag of money that he was exchanging in ransom for the people on the plane. and had it, I believe, flown to another location, refueled, and then had parachutes brought to the plane, parachutes and backup parachutes as well, and ended up jumping out of a 747 into the night somewhere in the Pacific Northwest, not tolerable or feasible country, to presumably land with this bag of money and go on about his life as a rich DB Cooper. Now, there's a lot of speculation about what happened. It's a pretty decent case to say that he died on the jump. But at the same time, my first thought is that why would he have done it and planned it all out if he wasn't pretty fucking confident about the jump? I don't know.
Hey, babe, I'm gonna need your help over here.
Like now skis or?
Well, let's wrap it up 5 minutes.
Okay. All right. So, but what was he doing? Where was he at? Let's see. On the afternoon of November 24th, 1971, nondescript man, Dan Cooper, Portland, Oregon. So DB Cooper, the significance of that is that he's one of the reasons that we have the TSA today. Like he's matter of fact, he's kind of the reason that we have the TSA today. If it wasn't for DB Cooper, we probably wouldn't have all the situation that we have. Now, obviously, September 11th added a shit ton to that. But DB Cooper was sort of the first problem, meaning that after DB Cooper, people started looking in people's shoes. They started being very suspicious. Now, when I go to the airport today, it is kind of like it's kind of a shit show. People are taking off their shoes. They're putting their whole bag up into the thing. They make you take your laptop out. And it's like, what are they doing with the laptop? What can they see in the laptop that they can't see when you don't take it out? Like, they can already see that it's a laptop. Is there some sliver of something that you're going to have in there that could hurt somebody? I don't know. I mean, honestly, if we're gonna get that serious about it, just bringing a laptop onto a plane is a pretty serious situation. But it remains the same as it was in DB Cooper's day, that there's no problem really, and the real problem is the lines that we've put ourselves into, this subjugation that we've put ourselves into. That we've decided that we're going to all agree to go through with that. And when I'm in line in those TSA lines, I look around at people and I go, why are we doing this? We're all stressed out. We're pissed off that we have to stand in this line. Ronnie, are you with me, brother? And, what are we doing here? I think the answer is that people don't really know what they're doing anywhere. We just follow other people. And so if I leave you with anything tonight, it is, are you following or are you leading? And that's not to say that you need to do either or, because by all accounts, and my own as well, leading can be a bitch. But my point is that you better not be fucking following, because the people following right now, fuck that. Listen, y'all, I got to get off of here. It's a short one. I wanted to make a little stream here tonight. I had a lot to say about the DNC. I said a little bit of it, probably not a lot. Before we go, let's do a Florida man. Let's do a Florida man episode. All right, so if you just Google Florida man, you can just do it like this. Florida man hired pair to carry out acid attack on ex-girlfriend, prosecutors say. That's the number one. Oh, South Florida man with felony record votes for first time in nearly 30 years. That's kind of sweet. Nice. A heartwarming Florida man story. Florida man accused of possessing AI-generated child porn. Good God, dude. That's as Florida man as it gets. Florida man turns $5 into $1 million with scratch-off win. Okay, let's go to the acid attack. I mean, that's probably the best thing we got here. Florida man hired pair to carry out acid attack on ex-girlfriend, prosecutors say. William Bernardino was arrested in Florida along with the pair. Prosecutors say he hired Betty Jo Lane and Jamar McNeil in connection with the July 26 attack. 49-year-old Florida man hired and paid a man and a woman to travel to New Jersey to carry out an acid attack. What the fuck is an acid attack? You need to be specific that we're not talking LSD here, because come on. On a woman with whom he had a prior relationship, authorities said. Look at this shit. This is NBC News. This was written to yesterday. All right. Look at this language here. Carry out an acid attack on a woman with whom he had a prior relationship. With whom he had is fucking brilliant. Janelle Griffith, with whom he had. It rolls off the tongue. It rolls off the brain. Prior relationship, authorities said. William of Boynton Beach was arrested last week in Florida along with the pair he hired. Betty Jo Lane, 38, and Jamar McNeil, 39, both of Jacksonville. Nice set of people, very similar age, and makes sense. Both of Jacksonville in connection with July 26 attack. The Gloucester County Prosecutor's Office in New Jersey said all three waived extradition and are jailed in Florida until they can be taken to New Jersey. Charged with conspiracy to commit murder, attempted murder, aggravated assault, stalking, and possession of a weapon for an unlawful purpose. It was not immediately clear whether they had attorneys or whether they were jailed. The Monroe Police Department did not immediately reply to requests for comment. So what they're saying here, he was unhappy with it. What they're saying here is that, what was the acid? Woman who threw the acid fled in a vehicle. It was later determined to have been rented in Florida. Of course it was, prosecutors said. Members of the Monroe Police Department, where they were assisted in the investigation. Okay, fine. So I'll leave you with this. If you're going to attack somebody with acid and an attack on somebody with acid, make it LSD. I would say, and whatever you do, don't don't subscribe, don't click on this video in any way, don't share it with anybody, because the worst thing that could happen is that this gets out there. So keep it secret, keep it safe. We'll see you next.